Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Indeed, the Woozle is back. I cannot let it be. I have to complete at least the animation part of the tray table. We cannot finish today without that being done. So let's go ahead, jump back into Blender. Let's do the final things so we can get this thing exported into Microsoft Flight Sim indeed. So let's jump back into Blender and do the necessary stuff here though. So, as we have completed the animation here in Blender, like you see here, we can now go ahead and do our final touches to get the export going of our animation. So, what I just noticed earlier actually, you see here in the outliner, we have actually used some dots here for the different objects. So for example, base strut, whatever. So later when we define the animation and the trigger and everything in the XML of our model behavior file, right? We have to use those nodes, and actually they don't support dots. So we have to get rid of those dots here. So basically of the periods, right, in the name. Because, yeah, they're not supported, they're not working. So if you run into the same kind of issue, or if you're wondering what that's all about, so I will go ahead now, first of all, and we'll remove the dot, and we'll just maybe use an underscore then instead. And then we should be good. So I think you can use dashes, you can use underscores, numbers, and I think that's pretty much it. No special characters or so whatsoever. Other than that, so I will just do this here real quick, and we'll just replace them with underscores. Also the meshes, so we have them basically, we have them the same way, so we don't run into any issues there. So just check in here. There we have it already. Here we need to change it as well. That's the base top. Base top. We'll also replace with that. That's the hinge here. Same thing. Underscore hinge. And we will set the same here for the actual mesh. And extender, actually we call this rather extension. Makes more sense actually, right? Extension, oops, that was the wrong one. This one here. So, and then we have here the extension top as a final thing. All right, there we have it. So then we should have all renamed here. Extension top, and then we have table extension, table hinge, base top, base strut, and then we have here table base. Okay, save that. Quickly checking again the animation if we're still okay. There's nothing messed up. That's pretty cool. So we have not shabated the whole stuff, which is fine. All right, good thing. So we'll save that. And let's get rid of our thingy here, so we only have that here available. So let's move on here to the animation tab now. And as you can see, we just have here our stuff. And here we have our animations in the NLA editor. So I'm here in the nonlinear animation window. Make that maybe a bit bigger. And here we have our actions in here and our frames, right? 0 to 100 frames. And we could also, you know, just when you have a lot of animations, I think it's best to choose this one here, only show selected. Then you are not overloaded with any other animations. As we just have those done now. It's pretty simple, right? It's nothing too disturbing here. So here you can see, here we have our meshes, right? Table base, base strut, base top, extension, extension top, and hinge, and all the stuff that we've animated, right? All objects here. So to basically export it now, and that Microsoft Flight Sim is able to understand, to read the animation in a proper way, we have to push down these actions here into an NLA track. So you see this button here for each object, for each animation we did. Right, for each part, we just push it down until we see that yellow track here coming up. Right, so that's that. And here on the left-hand side, as we've pushed down, you see here a name, and this is by default NLA track for all of them. And actually, as we want to drive the animation, like we did here now, with one, let's say, entry point, with one, let's say, animation name or animation trigger or so, we will choose the same name for that. So my idea is to call this animation CJ4 or Untitled Chat. We could call this actually anim tray table, because why not? Right. So that's our animation here, and we want to trigger the animation for all at the same time. So we have basically an animation group as we just copy it down for each track. So as you can see here, everything will be moving at the same time, of course, right? So once I trigger this animation in the simulator, then the whole animation will start from 0 to 100 frames. So that's done. That's cool. So I think we are good to go. Let me just copy that here. So I have this name here. And my idea is, you know, to use basically the strut here as a click spot to fold and unfold the table. So for that I need the node here. So I will also copy the name of the node, which is table-based strut, as you can see in the outliner. Just copy that here in the notepad so I have it for later when we do the XML. Okay, so saving all that, going back here, I will also, so that's my stuff here. I also have the beverages here and the Woozle Chat logo text. So I will export all those in one GLTF file. So that's just my thing, right? So technically you could also export just a table, but I want to export some more stuff, so that's why I'm doing that now. Just exporting my whole cabin modifications, if you will, right? So you can also see here, there's the other stuff being selected. I think we have everything that we need. So we go ahead to the export option here, GLTF for MSFS. And I will quickly export that now. Make sure everything is selected. I think we are looking good. Select that. Okay, so that's exported now. So let's go ahead and quickly do the final touches here. Let's go into the GLTF as always. Like I can also share that. All right, so I'm in a GLTF that I just exported. Scroll down all the way to the bottom now. We just have one image file here, so I will remove the export directory because I'm always using one, and save that. So that's done as well. So now I will quickly do my merging here, and then we will take a look how we can set up the XML file to trigger our animation and stuff. Hopefully that works. Let me just see here though. Let me just copy the files over here to the Woozle Chat directory though. Let me just see. Woozle chat. Models coming right in here. All right. Good. So let's go ahead and let me open up my XML file for my custom animations. Let's see, where is it? Source, XMLs, cockpit. There we have it. All right. Let me just see here, refresh. Okay, now I can see it. So that's my snippet here for the XML. So I'll copy that actually over into the cockpit XML of the CJ4 in my community folder. But that's basically, I just like to keep my stuff here separate, so that's why. Okay, so up here we have the Eugene stuff, then we have the Porky stuff, and other than that we don't have anything else here. So that's the component, that's the last component here. So we will add here one more comment line here saying cabin, let's just call this tray table, cabin tray table, and then we can go ahead here. So I have copied some template here that I got here on the Discord of the Flight Sim community here. So shout out to those guys and to Jonks. So that is something I got from their Discord. So I will copy this as a template in here. So basically this deals with a battery master switch, but we'll use that as and modify that slightly. So yeah, we can use that as a starting point, right? So what we have to do here, so we have this structure here, we're using the GT switch code like we did also for the other animations, or basically for the height and visibility stuff that I already did with my other models. So what we'll do here is, you remember I copied over the node of the strut of the tray table because I want to have that as a click spot to trigger the animation. So let me just get back to that and copy that name here. So here in the node, we just enter the name of the object we got from Blender. And actually component ID does not really matter. I'm just using the same one here, just to keep it consistent. I did it the same with my other models. So here the anim name, this is now actually the NLA track name we just named in Blender in the NLA editor. So we will use that name here. CJ4 Woozle chat anim tray table, that was the one. Anim code. So here we have a local sim variable, so we can choose that because that's a custom one what we use, and we'll call that, I believe, I don't know, CJ4 Woozle chat. What do we call it? Shall we call it toggle? Toggle tray table, or fold. Could also call it fold, or anim. We could also call it anim. Actually, we could call it the same name. Does this actually make a... We just call it fold because it is basically then going through the... Let's just call it fold. All right. So we will copy that here. And we will just here in the left single code for the left click, we'll just replace it here and replace it here. Oops. All right. So that is basically then triggering here our animation, and we have animation length 100. And we also can choose to do a animation lag to to make it a little bit slower. So maybe we could go down to 20. So if we go to 20, I think this means slower, as I reckon. Yeah, 20. That should slow us down a little bit. And here we have an anim tip. I don't think that does something at the moment for us now, because we don't use the freaking tool tips at the moment, but we could say basically it's toggle tray table. We could say it for both, right? Actually, we could actually say here fold or retract. And here we could say we could say here unfold. Here we could say fold, whatever. So that should be at a 0 position, starting position, then we want to fold, and then here we want to unfold. But yeah, we don't really use that. All right, so that's that. That's the component. And that's the one actually we will use then in the cockpit XML. So let me just try to find that. So basically in my community folder, I have it in my sim objects, or actually I'm using the working title one, to be honest. You have the CJ4 underscore cockpit XML file. And there you just let me just find it. And here we have it. So that's the one from working title with all their stuff in. You have to keep in mind then once you download a new version of the working title mod, you have to come down here. That's why I like to keep it separate to the section here. I just put in here some comments here, custom stuff for the CJ4 Woozle mod. And here I have my other stuff in, right? And I will just go ahead here and paste my line in here that we just created in the other XML here. So that is good. So I think we have everything in now. That should be good. So we can toggle here the folding and the unfolding of the table. So that should be actually good. So we save that. We can close down Visual Studio Code. And I believe we are good. So let me then start Microsoft Flight Sim. This takes a while to start though. Did I forget anything? Let me think. Anything I forgot? Hopefully not. Okay, let's start Microsoft Flight Sim then. In the background, and yeah. So I think that is okay. Oh boy, I forgot to export the info panel. Just noticed. Feels bad, man. Okay, so we can fix that. Cabin info panel. There's somehow the texture missing for some reason. Where's the info panel though? There's the info panel. Replace. Let me see though. Okay, I think it's back. Okay, so we can re-export that. Yeah, the info panel was missing there for sure. Okay, so info panel, that's important as well. I think now we have everything, the interior stuff, that's all. Actually, if we, that's the helper stuff. Maybe, you know, let's create a new collection here, call this helper stuff. XX helper. So then we can go ahead and say here select objects. Then we have everything selected in this collection, right? So this helps. This helps to have everything selected, and then let's go ahead again and export that. All right. And we have set that as well. Let me just do the steps we did before. It doesn't matter now to check the function of the animation. So this is actually something I could do later. All right. Yeah, this looks better now. Okay, so that is that. All set. All right. It's good. Copy that over here, and then we should be good. I can. All right. Good. Let's see how far we in. It should be there in a sec. All right. I think I can close that down for now. And then we can switch over to the Microsoft Flight Sim loading screen. Wait for it to load it up. Right. It takes a while to load here because I use quite a lot of them model matching thingies. So let's see. Okay, now we're in. Quick sanity check here. The cabin is there. It's not transparent, so I think we are good. Table seems there too, so let's go ahead and quickly spawn in maybe at Samedan Airport. That's where we actually arrived last time. Let's go in. Keeping fingers crossed that everything works. Hopefully it does. This should go a bit faster now with the loading. And then let's hopefully enjoy that animation of that tray table though. All right, here we are. Let's go back here. And there we have our piggy. Oh boy, we have a mouse. We have a mouse, guys. Take a look at that. Holy smokes. Oh, the whistle chat is now in, so export actually worked. Nice. Okay. And here we go. It works. Hell yeah. Look at that. Bam. That is great. That is great indeed. It works. It works. Okay, amazing. Then we have to do some touches here to the textures, of course, and things, right? But overall, overall, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, pretty amazing. Hell yeah. That's something. So now we have a working table here, a retractable table in the CJ4. Hell yeah. Nice. Okay, so we have to do some stuff to the textures, of course, as well. We have to do some normal maps, some roughness maps, some AO maps, and all that good stuff. So we can make it look a little bit more, yeah, more IRL, I should say, right? Let me take a look at the hinge again, right? The hinge operation. Close that down. Let me open it up. There we have the handle. Bam. And whoop whoop. Hell yeah. That's nice. That's nice indeed. So, feels good, man. Feels good, man. Nice. Happy with that. Guys, happy with that. Hopefully that was something you you enjoyed as well. So, that's for sure a nice success here with that table now. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Well then, so we will check out some texturing next. Maybe spend some time in GIMP to do some stuff there. So I've downloaded some normal maps and some stuff here. I think we could do that in GIMP and maybe make this this surface here a little more shiny, right? A little more shiny for sure. A little more glossy so it fits to the rest of the cabin here, as the other stuff is kind of glossy as well, right? But I think from the texturing perspective and the normal maps, I think everything looks good. So there's no flaw in there. Mesh looks okay, looks nice. So I think we are golden on that, to be fair. Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, normal maps and stuff. We actually need to import that into Blender as well. We can do that another day then. Maybe I can do that tomorrow, or for sure in the next session. We can do that. And then yeah, we go from there, right? It's big success now. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that for sure. Alrighty then. I will see you guys then for the next one. That was rather a short one, but here we are. Animation is done, so we can crack on with the next few things in the next video. Cheers guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that and learned maybe something that worked right off the bat, which feels good. Appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Who's loud? Take care. Bye bye.